We're
Hello.
back this week with our Overwatch 2 match.
Yes, we are. It is against William Peace University today. And fun fact, we are going to be live with Overwatch 2 esports again tomorrow as well. 6 p.m. Matches start instead of 8:15 like usual. It is against Kettering University. I have a class that runs right up until that point, so I'm going to be rushing from that all the way over here. Morgan's going to be here. I'm going to be here. And then on Thursday is going to be Smash, usual time, and then Rocket League is on Friday at 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
Yes.
Not 6.
Yeah, had a couple of schedule changes this week, but no matter, we're still playing all the matches, and we'll still be your casters for Overwatch. So.
Yes.
Perfect. So today, we actually have a awesome in-person guest today in the esports room.
Yeah.
We have our Overwatch 2 coach, Mike, here. Maybe after the game we can see if we can get him to come behind the stand. But he's here in person coaching our team through this match today. What do you think about that, Trent?
I mean, I feel like having him in person is going to definitely boost the morale of the team. Definitely going to be a lot more sharper call-outs, probably. A lot more in-depth in between coaching, between matches and everything. And, I mean, I'm feeling good about the matches today. We didn't look at the rank. I mean, we can't be certain about anything right now. We did try and see the ranks of the opposing team players. There was like 11 people listed.
Yeah, we couldn't see.
Don't know who's actually playing or not.
We couldn't see too much practice material or previous matches from WPU. But I think, we're going to have a fun, good game between our two institutions. Yeah, we'll have to see where it goes. I think, we have a lot of good momentum going. It was funny a couple times last week. We were practicing. I was watching our Overwatch 2 team practice, and we were looking really good. So I think having our players really come together, especially since yesterday was Keene State College officially ribbon cutting for the esports room.
I missed it. So sad
okay.
about that.
Hootie wasn't there either, so they were missing a couple of stars.
All right. I mean, I won't call myself a star. Hootie, though.
I don't know. But Hootie wasn't there, which was sad. But
unfortunate.
Next time, we'll have to get him in here. But President Melinda Treadwell was here. We also had, a couple of deans, VPs, and things like that cutting the ribbon. So it was
all
really
the players
awesome.
were here.
Yeah, most of the players were here. It was a really fun time. Coach Druin, gave a little speech and all that. So really excited that the room is officially open now. Even though we have been streaming from in here the whole time.
For 2 months at this point.
Yes.
Whatever. Don't worry.
Perfect. Well, we are going to go over different things, go over our schedule, what we're going to talk about tonight. Anything else you want to talk to the viewers about, Trent, before we pause until the first match?
I mean, I think that's it from me, Morgan.
Okay, perfect. and we are back. Trent and Morgan here. We're just going to do a quick little overview of our map before we go ahead and get started. Trent, do you want to talk about what our map we're starting on today?
Yeah, I mean, to be expected, we did win the coin toss. We are starting on the good old classic Keene State choice of Lijiang Tower. I mean, it's a control map. It's basically just King of the Hill. You got 3 different points over the, well, potential 3 different points over the span of the entire match. First to win 2 of them wins the game overall, and we go on to the next game. I mean, as I said earlier, we did look at what the ranks of our potential opponent players are. I don't remember whose rank was who off the top of my head. They had like 12 different players listed. I believe their highest rank was a Diamond 3 though, which, I mean, for what we have been facing, we've been playing against Masters, Grandmasters, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be a nice change of pace, I feel like.
No, for sure. Yeah, really funny that we won the coin toss, because I think if Trent and I are counting right, we've won every single coin toss this season. So really funny. In a row. Just always winning them. But looks like intercomp here, looks like we have maybe a little bit of a switch. Nope. Normal comp of what we're running.
Especially for Lijiang.
Especially for Lijiang. We like this composition.
We got that.
Matching Sim.
I mean, yeah, Sim is kind of a usual pick for this point, especially just to get your team onto there as soon as possible and set up.
Ooh, nice dive.
We do see Midas on the monkey diving for one of the supports, the Baptiste immediately, who does throw down his Emor field.
That is 3 down for WPU.
Looking at the other support now, the Lucio on the wall. A nice easy pick.
And
in Keene State is 5 players on the point. Shadow is saying back to capture while Midas goes to take out the enemy tank and just stagger him.
Really solid grab from Keene State College there. Pretty
a beautiful
easy jumping
start.
In. Didn't look like we lost anybody there. Just a clean sweep from us, so we love to see that. And right now we're switching over to Hoodnut's perspective on Genji over here, poking at the enemy team, WPU, coming down the center.
We do see a little bit of a team switch. We do see a Malga coming out, which is really surprising, and a Soldier 76. Now, I don't think we've seen a Malga on either team so far. Do you kind of want to go over what his abilities are and how he kind of plays?
Yeah, so Malga is a newer tank to the game. He has sort of a dual weapon system. Oh, it looks like we just took down Detox on the other team. Sorry, also commentating.
Swept on the Moira, trying to keep our tank alive, and Hoodnut doing a very good job at it actually, for how much tank is being pumped, or how much damage is being pumped out by that tank.
Yeah, looks like we are able to push WPU back, so they're retreating a bit to regroup. But Malga, back to Malga. So he's a newer tank, dual weapon system. One gun just fires regular bullets. The other one has a fire sort of overtime damage, and when these are combined, he actually does more damage. But we have an ultimate.
We do actually have all 5 ults up on Keene State. We are seeing a few of them popped. We do see Coalescence and Wall popped. We do have that Primal Rage at Kasune and Dragon Blade. Speaking of Kasune, the enemy Kasune goes in. They do need to be wary of that Malga ult because it is basically just a Hell in a Cell. It does lock your enemies in there. They are not allowed to leave.
Hoodnut here dropping the Genji Blade.
Going out.
Let's see, nice clean sweep from Keene State College again.
There is a little contest going on right now.
The Moira, enemy Moira. Who Moira, I have to say, as someone who plays her, can stay alive, is very good at contesting.
I mean, when
expected.
I'm forced to play, I'm forced to not play Junkrat, I mean, Moira is one of my go-to supports just for that contestability.
No, really
and
good.
The damage, but like we don't speak about that part.
That we don't like the damage Moira now, do we?
No. It's totally not like her damage got buffed or anything with this season update.
Well, let's take a look and see maybe what is switching up. So, you know, off the bat, we see Tut switching over to Sojourn. Thank you. You know, last week I couldn't remember Sigma.
It's just the S's. It's just the S's. A little bit of a lisp.
Another good DPS player. character to play. It's interesting. We'll see how it changes up this match. But other than that, we have Swept 5 switching over to Moira, Midas still on Winston, Shadowstorm still on Kiriko, and Hoodna on Genji.
Yeah.
So pretty clean
just
comp.
a solid, strong potential DPS, potential heal. The enemies do have an Orisa going out and a Bastion. That could be a lot of damage, especially paired with that Ana ult.
We did see Midas go down early here, so we'll see how
Shadow
that impacts our
on the
game.
Kiri, just trying to get any damage out with just so much potential headshot damage.
Keene State College looks like we're backing up a little bit just to regroup. It's hard to get in there when our tank is down.
But that just doing some poke damage, trying to build up that hole.
Now it looks like Keene State College is looking at how to best approach this. WPU has a pretty strong grasp on this middle tunnel, but that's not the only way to get to point. We're trying this ledge here. Moldy coming in, Tank trying to push off some people, wasn't successful. Oh,
Tank does go down on the enemy
nice.
team.
From
We can
Tut.
definitely push on that. I mean, losing a tank, especially when you don't have a Mercy to try and, or a Baptiste to try and keep that alive, is really, that can be absolutely devastating for your team.
Could not hear chasing down
looking at the
WPU.
Reaper.
Oh, the Reaper getting a little feisty there, but we're able to put him off
Able to
point.
just force him back long enough to capture the point.
Now, Trent, they did get to 42%, but it feels like maybe we'll be able to hold this. We're at 9, almost 10% now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the top left and top right, we are pretty equal on the ult economy. Kitsune does go out on the enemy team and Terra Surge with the Nano. Unfortunately, Bastion just pumping out so much damage. Hoodna is not able to survive, and he takes out Midas as well. And it is just Swept, who is staying alive.
Oh.
Takes out the Bastion, but it's a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, Tut's still
Tut
in here,
somehow
but
still alive,
looking to
using his
retreat.
life to stay alive
doesn't
even
want to
further.
feed the other team. Wants
And
to
he
stay
manages
alive.
to escape.
Good. Now WPU does seem to be down a few. We have Reaper coming in still. Ooh,
Tut
kick
does take
from
out the
Tut.
Reaper.
Nice.
Looking at the Bastion and, well, that's just the entire enemy team now.
Everyone, they're backing off point. Moldy's still on point. The enemy tank.
The enemy tank
But
is
Winston-
incredibly weak,
oh,
though.
gotta watch out for that Bastion.
Bastion
ultimate.
going down could be dangerous here.
Doesn't get anybody, thank goodness.
Hoodna does take down the Bastion.
Nice.
Looking at the Orisa.
Trying to get Moldy down and is able to clean that up.
Does pull out the
Hoodna low.
deflect to stay alive and the dash. Just prolonging his life right now. Midas going back to the point. Keene State does manage to capture it here. Heal Orb sent out by Swept, keeping his tank alive as they decide to just push back, not take up too much space here.
Tut taking a little bit of a pokey position here, wanting to catch him as they turn that corner, build up his ultimate as much as possible since they just used it.
Yep.
Looks like they're going through the center. Oh,
Tut does get
down.
taken down, and Hoodnut, that's no DPS for Keene State. Bastion is turret mode. The thing about Bastion turret is that he can just absolutely farm
Annihilate.
damage out. And we see Moira deciding to DPS with her ult, just probably trying to push back Keene State here.
WPU is getting close. They're on 88, 89% now, so Keene State College has to get in there. This is
There is
best,
Primal Rage.
2 out of 3, though.
Could go out with that. The Kitsune does go out for Keene State.
Ooh, oh,
Reaper Blossom goes out,
ultimate in.
unfortunately finds Shadow. Reaper does go down. The Bastion goes down. That's no DPS for WPU. Hoodnut does unfortunately go down. Midas in
Midas
that
still
Primal
in
Rage,
there.
just knocking back the enemies, trying to take that point back.
Pushing back Moldy.
Looking
trying to knock
at
him
the
off
Orisa
point.
now. Gets her off the point, looking for the kill, and that's a huge
Yes.
stagger.
Wow, that was really good. We were in overtime there, really stressful, but we were able to clutch that out. Now looking at our ultimate builds, it looks like we are going to have Tut's ultimate, maybe Swept 5s if we can get it quick enough, and it looks like the other team, they are in ultimate games, comparison, they are losing that one.
And
So,
we do see that they opt to switch to Roadhog, which I think personally is an interesting choice. I mean, they've been playing Orisa this whole time. We've been seeing how that's going, but I don't know how a Roadhog is going to particularly be here.
I think Roadhog got extra healing from the other team, survivability. Oh, and Indy is down, but we trade for Tut. So let's see who comes back faster, see if we can hold this
Suzu does
position.
go out to keep his team alive.
Well, we're about to go into
Moira
overtime
goes down
for
to
this.
our Moira.
Oh, our Moira.
Midas looking at the Reaper and the Kiri. We are overtime 99-99. Roadhog does hook
Now Keene State College
Midas
just needs
into the point.
to get WPU off our point, which looks
And
like
it's
the Hogs
just a
last
Roadhog.
one.
And Bastion coming up as fast as
Trying
possible.
to
Goes
get
down
it.
to Tut.
Yes.
And Keene
we
State
got
takes
it.
the first game.
Great job, Keene State College. So that is the end of our control point. Keene State College went 2-0. We are moving on to the next phase. Remember, this is a gauntlet. Midas here with the play of the
Midas
game.
with the Winston play.
Don't think we've seen Midas have a game play the game yet. Yes, we were watching this live.
Yeah, I mean, this was just
Pretty
a
clean
hell of a
pursuit.
start.
Really good momentum there from Keene State College. WPU had us, you know, on that second map, trading back and forth, but
Yeah.
really good momentum from us taking it back, especially the end, pushing us to overtime. Love to see it. You know, I love to see how fun these games are to watch.
Yeah.
And now those were all fun games to watch.
Looks like it's going to be a good night.
Now we are going to be switching up our map and the style, I guess, of gameplay tonight. So just stay tuned. Trent, anything you want to add before we go to Be Right Back?
I think you've said it all.
Perfect. Thank you. We'll be right back.
The nights alive with dancing in the streets.
Let's all get it. Let's all get
Or,
3.
right.
All right, and we are back with our hybrid map. I mean, it's King's Row. With the twist this
Love to
time,
see
it is
Holiday
winters.
edition.
Yeah, it's Christmas. Can you believe it, guys?
Christmas in March.
Yay. I mean, we've played this map a million times. You know how it works.
Our team is going to go to the front and, you know, one team's defending, one team is attacking. Hybrid map, so we'll try to take the objective first, or the other team will.
Oh, and it looks like a restart.
Restart. Fair enough. We never know what's going on in the back end. But anyways, the attacking team will come from those doors on the left over by the bus, and they must take the objective behind the statue first, and then from there it will convert into a push map where they'll push a payload down the road, down this way. Paused.
And I guess we're paused.
Front row. That's okay. We can still explain the map.
Yeah.
Push it down the lane. They have an X amount of time. If the other attacking team gets the payload there quickly, then we kind of they capitalize on that time and they bank it. Then the other team will go do the same thing, and then if both teams meet it to the end of the map, then we go again with what time was left that we banked. If that makes sense to the viewers, could be a little confusing.
I mean,
Better to
yeah, they
watch.
should get it at this point if they've been watching enough.
Take the objective, deliver the payload. That's all you need to know.
It's hybrid.
Hybrid.
It's capture, then payload. There you
Yes.
go. Easy enough, right?
Mhm.
Right.
I wonder what the decision was to make it the Christmas map. Curious. the holiday map.
Snow.
Snow.
I don't know. Maybe it offers a couple head glitches for Widow players. I don't know. I don't play
Yeah,
Widow.
Maybe.
I don't have that much skill.
I mean, all I know is winter is almost over. I know the groundhog did not see a shadow, so I am hoping for no more snow.
Yeah, and it does look like we are going to be starting on attack here.
Nice.
Tut and Hunut are our DPS on Sojourn and Genji, respectively. We've got Swept and Midas on support now with Moira and Zen. And then Shadow is going to be tank on the Winston. And speaking of Widow, we do get that Widow switch, and Swept is on the Baptiste. And Tut is back on the Sojourn.
We never know what they're gonna do.
I
Some people
have
like
no
to
idea.
mix it up.
All I know is what I'm seeing right now. Nothing prior.
We're gonna start in about 6 seconds, and then 5, 4.
And I guess he's back on Widow. Who knows?
Start with Widow.
The bloodshed begins.
They're waiting there to see if they get a poke. Okay, we are dropping in here on Shadowstorm on Winston.
He does get walled off. They do have an enemy Mei. He dives up to the top looking for the enemy Baptiste, who does drop.
Jump down.
Whether that's a good call or a bad call, we'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like they're poking here. They have that enemy Mei, which we know Mei is quite the formidable person this patch. But I'm curious to see how our team will do. Oh, we already got a pick on. Tut got a pick on.
That's both
healer.
DPS down on, or both supports down on the enemy team, and we are now looking at the DPS. The Bastion goes down. Looking at the Ramatra, he goes down, and it is just the Mei
Good,
left.
not looking low,
which should
but
be
back up.
a quick and easy. That's a team kill for Keene State.
Nice. Good job. Now we're going to sit in, capture this payload. I don't believe WPU will be able to get back in and take it from us, so we'll start pushing this payload down the road.
And we do instantly see a switch off of Ramatra onto Roadhog.
Now, it looks like WPU might be setting up top, maybe, maybe not.
Maybe. I mean,
Switching over
we do
to
see
Shadowstorm.
Shadow on the tank there, just dropping down, dealing a lot of damage. Trying to get any picks, especially onto a tank. The pig pen
enemy
does
Roadhog,
go down, and
yes.
he has to leap out of there.
That's okay. We can re-push up together.
We do see some poke shots being traded here.
Playing
Does get
those
hooked.
angles. Ooh.
Does leap back, barely
Nice.
surviving there.
Now, that's one of the best things about Winston that makes him a really tough tank. He can just back up if he is having any troubles with the damage.
And I mean, on top of that too, the universal health buff. I mean, it must
Yeah.
feel good to be a tank right now with
For
having
sure.
625 health.
Oops.
And speaking
Roadhog.
of, he does get taken down. Tug gets taken down by the Bastion as well. Hunut does find the Baptiste and the Emor field. Swept with the Coalescence just dealing damage. The wall goes down.
Doesn't-
Does get the fade off.
Ooh, nice.
Staying
Doesn't
around the
think we're
corner,
hanging out still
dealing
here,
damage to
pushing the
keep
payload.
himself alive.
Minding time until Shadow Storm can come back, but looks he's
Yeah.
back, and we're pushing again. Ooh, and they're molding
And
down the enemy
if we
tank.
look at the ult economy, we are pretty much even. Unfortunately, we did use a Coalescence there, so we will be down a support ult. The enemies have both of their support ults. They have almost both of their DPS, and they almost have their tank ult as well. We are getting very close to that overclock. We do have that Dragon Blade. We do have that Primal Rage. We do have the Zenyatta ult as well, which is just so much instantaneous healing.
No, I think
No hook on that Roadhog. We do hear a turreted Bastion as well.
Oh, there
Blizzard
goes the
goes out.
enemy May ultimate, but it doesn't look like it gets anybody in there, but it does create a bit of space for the other team to kind of section out our Winston. But it doesn't.
Dragon
look
Blade
like
is going out now. He does find the Emor and the Baptiste.
Ooh.
He then finds the Bastion.
triple kill there from Hoodna. Nice job on the Genji. We'll see if that's play of the game.
And that Roadhog ult, unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, does not find anybody. And the Kiriko does go down. The Bastion ult is coming out here,
Gotta watch
trying
the
to
ground.
just
Midas, better
stop
watch
people
out.
from touching that payload. Shadow is looking for the enemies here. Does get hooked.
Backs
Leaps
up.
back. Tut does find the Baptiste with the overclock.
Enemy Kiriko ult
Kizune
coming
does
in.
go out.
There we go. Midas is trans on Zenyatta, keeping our team alive, keeping it pushing. Now we
It is
just need to get that
unfortunately
hog.
just the hog left.
Nice.
And Keene State takes
Really
that game.
Good
I don't even
time.
know how much time was left there.
Enough.
I
That's all
think we
gotta
have like
say,
6
Trent.
minutes left there, yeah. Enough time
Nice.
that if this does get to overtime, we've got plenty.
And I was incorrect. My Hood Nuts, that wasn't the play of the game. So let's take a look at what Tut did. Ooh.
This ends now.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, that's just overclock for
That
you.
was overclock. Great job. Now, I didn't catch how much time we had left, but again, I think we had, if I was to bet, a minute. At least.
I think there was at least 2
at
seconds.
least a
Let's
minute.
let's be a little optimistic here.
No, for sure. So we'll bank that time. So WPU, what they're going to want to have to do in order to beat us in this match is secure the objective in the center of the map like we did, and then push our their payload down to the end.
Oh, and I guess we're pausing again.
Yeah, it's custom games update, some changes. So we'll see. We'll take a small little pause right here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes right now, just what's going on behind the screen.
Yeah, but WPU, anything else they have to do to beat this map? They have to just
I mean,
get to
they
the
gotta-
end with a bank
They
of
got
time.
a flawless. They have to get a flawless win here. I think they can't. Like they gotta take team fights before they're even team fights and have 3 on cart the entire time.
Yeah, to push that faster. So it will be a tough game for WPU, but not impossible.
Yeah.
Initiating match.
So we are back. Trent, want to update us?
Yeah, so we are going into our next match right away. A quick little update. So one of the rules is that if a match is played on the wrong rule set, just the wrong rule set, that the person that or the team that hosted that game forfeits that. Since we were not hosting that, WPU did unfortunately have to forfeit that game, and it is a Keene State point.
So now we are up 2-0 for WPU, which, unfortunate to see a forfeit. I thought it was
Yeah.
a fun match.
I was looking forward to the defense portion for Keene State there.
Mhm.
But, I mean, I guess we're going to see that because
Yep.
currently WPU is deciding on their Flashpoint match.
Yes. So we got a couple of options for that. We have Junker City.
New Junk City.
New Junk City, excuse me. What's the other? Saravasa.
Saravasa.
Yes. So those are two options that we might have for our Flashpoint map.
Yeah, I mean, have we seen? Yeah, we've seen Saravasa.
Yeah,
We-
I think
we
we've seen
have.
both.
I
Yeah.
think we've seen Saravasa once, and the rest have been New Junk City.
Yes. No, I think you're right. I personally am kind of hoping we could do Saravasa. I think
Yeah,
it's a very pretty
it'd be
map,
fresh.
very
It'd
pretty
be
map.
fresh to see. I feel like we're constantly getting New Junk City at this point. I get it. It's a nice map too. It's probably the better of them.
Mhm.
Let's keep things fresh though. Like,
Keep
who
it
cares
fun.
which one is objectively better?
Yeah.
Sue me.
I
Don't.
know,
I'm
I
broke.
know.
But
Well, we'll go back to our Be Right Back screen. I think we'll be heading into the game very shortly. We're just waiting for WPU to finish setting up the lobby. Thank you for your patience, and just keep hanging in there, and we'll be back in a minute.
yeah.
And we are back, ready to conquer our map. So we are, in fact, doing Saravasa. Just
I mean,
noted how that was kind of funny, that I called it.
yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining.
You're not complaining?
No.
Like I said, this is a very beautiful map.
It is.
so-
I mean,
yeah.
it's a fun map.
No. So this is our Flashpoint map for today's game. So Flashpoint, similar to, King of the Hill, objective,
Control.
points. It's multiple control points in one, and they are. First map is always the same. It's this one that we're hovering over now, first control point. And then after WPU or Keene State takes it, a new one will spawn around the entire map. So
yeah.
3 and 1, and it is first to 3 maps.
And then the spawns are either side of this point. Just, I mean, it's pretty much mirrored either side.
Initiating match.
Perfect. So we're going
And-
to go over to... Oh, they're assembling. Never mind, we have to wait
Yeah.
a second.
We will see who is running who is on tank, whether it's
Yep.
Midas or Shadow, who's on support, whether it's Midas or Shadow. I mean, or even
We'll
Tut.
see. Some things are for sure. I think, I'm betting we'll see a Winston on our team. That seems to be a popular choice for Shadow, Storm, and Midas, who is playing Winston. So
Yeah.
we also have Tut here on Sojourn again, and then we have Swept 5 on Moira, Shadow Storm on Kiriko, and Hudna on Genji. Just our favorite comp that we've been seeing.
I mean, it's working. I'm not complaining. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
We'll obviously have to see how that works out for us here.
Okay, we are pulling in here, going our normal route over to the objective, which again is that one that we said spawns in the middle of the
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be the most fair. It's not one that's closer to one team than the other. There's neutral advantage for both. We are seeing an Orisa on the enemy team for tank,
Yeah,
which,
we also
I mean,
are seeing a soldier. Don't think we've seen that tonight.
we have a little bit. They did swap off pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, again, we're seeing that Kiriko, we're seeing that Sojourn. I mean, it's pretty common to just see those, at least one of those on either team, if not both of those. Hona is just sticking the point here, just dishing out damage. She is almost 40% on ult here.
Yeah, we did take that objective pretty quickly. We are building our percentage now.
Might is going in the back line, looking at a Kiriko, does find the Sojourn.
Sojourn, DM Detox.
Looking at the Lucio. Lucio goes down, looking at the tank now. I mean, it looks like it's going to be an easy team wipe for Keene State here.
Yeah, we see a lot of WPU going down. Looks like their tank is backing up here, but Winston jumps on them.
That's just a Winston.
Very good.
That is just Midas's Winston for you.
Yeah, Midas taking the final kill there, and we're going to be able to work on getting this objective faster.
I mean, I wouldn't even say work on getting this objective faster. I think at this point, I mean, the thing about Flashpoint is that the percent counter goes up so quickly.
Very fast.
We've done one team fight, one relatively short team fight, and we are already 85%.
Well, the other team could come in and touch still, so I don't want to think we're done quite yet.
I mean, they are unfortunately down 4, and it is just the Orisa left. Yeah.
So
we do see some character swaps. We do see Detox switching off the Sojourn onto the Reaper, and Indy switching off the Soldier onto a Bastion. Now, the thing about that is the ults do get reduced there, the ult charges, so they are going to be down both of their DPS ults. Really only having an Orisa Terror Surge and both of the support ults.
Yeah, so there are definitely advantage to switching, players mid-team fight, especially if something isn't working, you have an exact counter. But the one downside to that is you do lose your ult charge, so it gets down to 15% like Trent said. So something to keep in mind, the pros and cons of that.
Now we do see
Genji
almost
here with
both.
a little blade waiting.
Yeah, I mean, we do see almost all of Keene State has their ults. We do see
Kiriko.
the Kitsune and a Beat going out, and an Overclock and a Coalescence. I mean,
here,
Keene State using 3 ults.
Yeah, holding off.
I mean, I was fully expecting a blade there.
Me
Lucio
too.
does go down as well as just the Orisa, who's doing her best to stay alive here.
Now, if they got that Orisa, so that's going to be a really big stagger for
That is-
WPU. They're going to have to wait another couple seconds for their tank to regroup now.
Yeah. Now, if you look in the top right, we do see that the Orisa is really the only opposing player with an ult here. Midas has his ult, Hunna has his ult. I mean, that Terror Surge can be absolutely devastating if done well and done correctly, but with that blade able to just dash away from it, and Midas able to just leap away. We do see a blade coming out here. The Wraith going out. Looking at the Bastion. Does go down. Hunna does unfortunately go down to the Reaper.
I think we're going to be able to pin it up here. We'll see if Midas can not get bullied
Might
in the
look
corner.
at
Getting
a
bullied by that Lucio, dang.
might have to pull out an ult here. Blossom does go out. Finds Tut on the Sojourn. We are in overtime right now for this second objective.
Yes.
And the reset not only goes down but gets tired. And we are seeing a Brigitte switch for the enemy team.
And that's a clean grab for Keene State College. We're going to head to maybe our final flashpoint. We'll see. So, again, it's bet first to 3 maps. So if Keene State College can take this last flashpoint, we will move on to Never mind, that will be the end of it. So this,
Yeah, I
this
mean, that'd be game
flashpoint
over.
decides it.
That'd
So
be day over.
a lot of pressure here on WPU, but a lot of
Brigade
momentum.
does get
kept from
taken
Keene
very
State.
low by Tut here. The Emor field does go down. Emor field taken out. We do actually see the Ramatra switch as well. Fashion Nate goes out. Baptiste
here
is
trying to get
incredibly
a
low.
pick.
Tut going on the flank looking for a pick is 86% on that overclock.
Looking at ults, we are gonna have all of our ults almost. For
We
this
do
game,
actually have
but
that Primal Rage going out. He does find the Baptiste and is just absolutely bullying this Reaper right now.
Yeah, that
We
Reaper
do
was
see
a
that
little
15-player
dull.
Keene,
Team kill.
15-player kill streak, as well as a team kill. English is my first language. Don't worry.
Yeah, Midas here on fire.
We do see Detox switching off the Reaper onto that Echo. Probably was just sick and tired of getting bullied in the air and is just deciding to do something about that.
Yeah.
We do
always,
see-
Always love a good Winston ult, making other players look like a rag doll in the air.
Oh,
Always fun to
it's
watch.
absolutely
Not
beautiful.
fun to be on the receiving end. Oh, and then here we have that Bastion ult coming in, which is going to zone our team out of the objectives a little bit.
Yeah. We do see Ramatra going in with the Brigitte. The window is going down.
Oh, that.
Midas going behind the window to
Oh,
just
got a
stop that
damage there on
boosted
Midas.
damage. Does take a lot of damage, but the supports are just there to keep him up.
Yeah, Moira popping her ult to keep Midas up there and also get a little pick there. I saw
And
that.
another little team kill for Keene State College.
Yeah. Now, I think they might have time to get in here and do one more
One more
push,
little
push.
one more team fight, maybe.
But we'll see what they're able to do. Doesn't look like they have any ultimates built up quite
We
yet.
do have that Dragon Blade that could come out and be a deterrent here.
There we go. Like,
Speaking of
that's
that
all
Dragon
good.
Blade,
Artemis able
Brig
to
does
point, pushes
touch
into
it.
overtime.
Kitsune goes out as well. Ramatra does manage to get onto point with the Kiriko. And that is a team kill for Keene State.
College.
And they take the day. You are definitely hearing them right now. Everybody in the room is popping off.
Now, that is actually, I believe, going to be the end of our game tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
yeah. Let's see what plays. It's
Play
a
the game.
Moira
Swept
play.
5. We love
Fives
that.
with the
Love a healer
Moira play.
support. And it's just right at the end that we called it.
Yeah, I mean,
2.
finding those kills, finding those teammates to just absolutely keep alive
the
there.
Winston. Nice.
And then just the orb.
Super cute.
20 player
Super
kill streak
cute.
as well. And people say Moira is not a DPS player.
She's as close as you're going to get to DPS without playing DPS.
Yeah. And that is Ashley Keene State's first win of the series.
Good job, Keene State. Really proud of watching that. I'm glad that we were, both here.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to take a little break and see if we're able to get an interview with anybody.
Yeah, awesome. So hang in there. We'll see who we can chat with.
Yeah. All right, so surprise, we're actually going to be doing 2 interviews today. I'm here with Ketch. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, first win of the series. How's that feel?
It feels amazing.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about? What are your thoughts just in general after tonight? Like,
We had a lot of fun. We definitely kept the comms up. I think the fact that we were having fun kind of led us to win this game as easily as we did.
what's it like actually having Mike in the room, one of your assistant coach, actually physically here during the actual games?
It's really fun. It's really nice. It's nice having him here. other than just over in Discord. It's nice actually having him here.
Yeah. After tonight, what do you feel are your strengths right now? Like, is it communication? Is it team play? Is it calling out those kills, capitalizing on a team wipe?
I think, honestly, today we kind of hit everything. We had great communication. We were calling out who we were jumping on. We were constantly diving their backline and focusing on people. So I think all around it was just amazing.
Yeah. What do you think you can do better tomorrow?
Again, communication. I think even if it works as well as it did, we still need more.
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to let you go, and we can get on to our next interview.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and we are back. Morgan here with assistant Overwatch 2 coach Mike. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mike Godzik. I'm the assistant coach for the Overwatch 2 team, as Morgan just stated for us.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us here today in person. How are you feeling after tonight? What kind of feelings were you feeling at the beginning of the match, over the course of the different, players that we had? Like, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it has been a long couple of weeks, also a short couple of weeks. Just starting this program up with the Overwatch team at the start of February? We got everyone together here. And honestly, this one has been a long time in the coming. We have been so close time and time again on different maps, and today we pulled it through, and we actually showed how dominant we were.
Yeah, no, I've had a lot of fun casting and watching our Keene State Owls play. I think all of them have a great personality when it comes to playing their different characters. Each one has, their iconic role, I feel. Kind of looking at the maps, did you have any moments that you felt any player shined during those 3 games that we had?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we just had Catch on for his amazing Sojourn and Widow play on the King's Row map. I think, as always, Connor was a highlight. Hoodnut with his amazing Genji plays. Time and time again, I'm amazed by what he does, but for this day in particular, I can't really pick out anyone specifically. I mean, honestly, the team brought it together. Very, very important contributions from every individual person.
No, awesome. And, I think the viewers and myself might have ideas of, what maps maybe we felt like the best on. I mean, obviously we did great on all of them, but was there one that you felt that really stood out?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that King's Row, 6 minutes on attack is kind of unheard of. Even you look at like high competitive play, never ever see that. Honestly, I don't think in my quick player competitive games I've ever seen that. So, quite the show.
No, awesome. Well, it was great talking with you, Mike. Anything else you want to add for our viewers at home?
Yeah, hey, I'm just excited to be here helping out with the Keene State team. I'm an alum myself, so being able to have this opportunity come back and share the passion that I have with the students here it's a dream come true.
No, awesome. Thank you for joining us today, and we're excited to talk with you again and play again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Hello, and we are back with another interview. Today we have Matt joining us, who you all might know as Midas. Talk to us a little bit about what was going through your head in, that first game, going on to Lijiang. How do you feel? How did you feel that first match?
Lijiang's a map we've run a lot this so far throughout the season. And really, the thing that I was trying to focus on was trying to call targets. You might have noticed that we had a lot of times where we were able to collapse on one person as a whole, and that really allowed us to exploit that backline that they had. That was one of the keys that really allowed us to secure the 3-0 today.
No, for sure. And I think we saw that a lot with, you pouncing on to the middle of the fight and kind of picking off their supports, picking off their squishies. So we definitely saw that a lot in all of the maps, I think. Talk to us a little bit about what keeps you motivated in the middle of a match. So, when you're playing a longer game, you're trading back and forth. Sometimes on that second map in Lijiang, we were trading a little bit. What keeps you motivated to get back in there?
Honestly, it always comes down to the fact that no matter how a match is going, there's always a chance you can win. There's always a chance that some miracle can happen, no matter how small it may seem. That always keeps me going in a lot of games like this. Is that you can usually come back from really anything.
Awesome. On our second map, we were playing London. Talk to us a little bit on there. You weren't playing tank, right? Support.
I was playing. So that's something we've been trying. I'm sure you've seen it over the past few weeks, where we've been running good friend Corbin over there on the tank when we're on offense, and it's been working spectacularly for us. He plays an excellent tank when it comes to those matches where we have to slowly find a way to push up, and I do enjoy playing the picks that we have on there, especially the Zenyatta or the Lucio.
Yeah. So are those your top support
Yeah,
that you enjoy?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
As much as you can really call them support, but yeah, they're definitely fun to do.
Yeah. And other than, I feel like we've seen a lot of your Winston play. What would you say is another tank that maybe you do enjoy to play?
Honestly, a tank I really enjoy playing but sadly you don't get a lot of opportunity to play is Reinhardt. He's absolutely a favorite of mine. I just wish that there was more scenarios where he's more useful, because he's just a lot of fun just to stop thinking and just keep going. But sadly, this kind of meta and this kind of environment of play doesn't really encourage that kind of play. But one can hope.
Yeah, maybe the meta will change. That's what, it's always shifting, very dynamic. My final question for you, so we see you in support, but we mainly see you in tank. Can you talk a little bit about what that role encompasses for maybe our viewers at home who aren't as familiar with Overwatch 2? Kind of what do you think about what's your responsibility? You can use maybe some, gameplay or ideas from that you had tonight.
Really, when it comes to playing tank, your main goal is trying to make space for your team in order to allow them to do what they do best. So I'm sure you see we have some superstars in our DPS role with both Catch and Connor. Well, actually, I say the real names, but we have Hoodnut and Tut, and they're absolutely superstars. And if I can allow them to space for them to perform on what they do best, that's my goal. I don't necessarily have to be the flashiest player. I just have to make sure that they're able to do what they do and don't have that pressure on them.
Yep.
Otherwise, support, it's fairly easy to understand is that my goal is just to assist anyone I can. With the sports I play, it's not as much just as healing or keeping teammates up. It's providing certain buffs that allow them to perform, like what I said, we have some superstars that allow them to perform even better than what they're able to do.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much for, going into detail about those. Is there anything else you'd like to add for those watching?
I hope we have more wins to come up. We're feeling really good about the rest of the season, and hopefully we're able to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, we'll have to see how tomorrow goes. I'm really excited for y'all. I think we're going to do great. So thank you for coming to talk with me, Matt.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hello, we are back. Trent has some announcements for our next games.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, myself and Morgan are going to be back. It's Overwatch 2. Again, I know, we love it. We love it. 6 p.m. game start. Class ends right before then. I'm going to be rushing for that. Thursday at both 7 and 9, we've got Smash. And then Friday, 8 p.m., Rocket League. I mean, it's a jam-packed week. We've got, 5 streams in 4 days?
Streams. Love it.
You'll love to see it. I mean, casters are going to love it. Players are going to love it. Viewers are going to love it, I'm sure. I'm ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're all excited. Keep this momentum going throughout the week. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up
No, I
the
think
stream?
that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you to everyone who is watching from home. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see ya.